and you cook it for maybe another minute, and your white sauce is done. So as I'm letting this come to a simmer, I want to show you over here that I have one that's already done. Now, once you have this lovely white sauce that's done, you let it cool down, and as it's cooling down, you might put a piece of plastic wrap, which I have right over here, sort of right on the surface of the sauce, just like that, so that it really touches, so that a skin doesn't form, or it could be even some wax paper, or you could, a little bit of buttered wax paper, or as I said, just the plastic wrap, which you really put right straight on the sauce, and a skin won't form. And then then it's cool, and you can just put it into your freezer containers. Now, what do you do with this lovely white sauce? Well, you put it in the freezer, and it will keep for months and months and months. And when you defrost it, you can either use it just like that, and you could sort of dress up, add a little bit of cheese to it and dress up maybe some steamed broccoli, some green beans, or you could flavor it in any number of ways. Let me show you a whole sort of a palette of seasonings and colors that I have over here. For example, if you wanted to make a slightly pink sauce, you would whisk in a little bit of tomato paste. And let me sort of take my whisk over here and whisk that in. And that sort of changes the color. It also changes the flavor. Then if you want to season it, I'm adding a little bit of tarragon, and I have a pink tarragon sauce. And then if I really wanted to, if I want to make a hot sauce, I might add just a little drop of Tabasco. And if I want to give it yet another color to finish it, I would add a little bit of parsley. Now, you can add just one of those, or you could add several. As I said, you could add cheese to this and turn it into a cheese sauce. So the possibilities are absolutely endless. And I'm just going to give this a stir as it's coming to a simmer. And there, I have made an absolute wonderful triple batch of basic white sauce. And when I come back, I'm going to show you how to use it as part of tonight's dinner, an easy, elegant, main, but inexpensive course, pasta.
I have one full-time job and 3 full-time kids.
Oshkosh Bagash sales associate Anna Dragovich.
I know how to sell kids' clothes. My kids know how to stain them. You wouldn't dare use bleach on these colors, right? Oshkosh knows bright colors, and we suggest new Tide with bleach.
Tide's activated bleaching system is unbeatable at removing many tough stains. And now it has a special new ingredient that helps keep cotton colors bright, wash after wash.
You could have that garment for a very long time.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
So when your children look good, it makes you feel good.
You're so now, so bright, so you. Just mix things up a bit and create a stir. Bird's Eye, the fresh look for vegetables.
Introducing the most durable bounty ever.
It does jobs I never thought a paper towel could do. Now it's the quilted picker-upper.
The quilted Quaker picker-upper.
It even scrubs a carpet.
Ordinary towels fall apart, even top quality towels, but new quilted bounty's this much stronger. It's still quicker, too.
The quilted Quaker picker-upper.
New quilted bounty.
To power clean whites, there's a new power tool that cleans, whitens, and brightens. Introducing Arrow with Bleach Alternative. Where some regular detergents can't cut it, new Arrow with Bleach Alternative nails it. It's the new power tool for stains.
They say pot is cool. They say it's a great high. They say everybody does it. They say they're your friends. They're pulling your strings.
Welcome back. I'm Michele Urvater, and this is Feeding Your Family on $99 a week. Today is Double Batch Day, and our double batch today is actually a triple batch of a very simple but essential preparation for people who are feeding their family on $99 a week. A white sauce, which is sort of also known as a cream sauce. And I want to show you all the ways that you can, once you've whipped up this sort of triple batch of white sauce and you've divided it up into smaller sort of 2-cup containers and put it in your freezer, how you can pull it out at a moment's notice, and you can use it to really stretch a lot of basic expensive ingredients like fish or chicken or meat and serve that sort of create these wonderful sauces that you can then serve over rice or pasta. Let me start off with the one that I'm doing right now, which is a chicken and onion one. And I have the onions all cooked here, almost overcooked, because I was waiting for you to come back. And I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken. Now look how a small amount of chicken is going to go a lot further. I'm only using 8 ounces here. And I've cut it up into dice. I'm just going to cook this through. And I love those onions when they turn that color because the aroma and the flavor is just phenomenal. Cook it almost through, but you can cook it a little bit later in the white sauce itself. Then I'm going to add a little bit of paprika. And you know, when I'm doing these inexpensive dishes, I do keep in mind how the dish is going to look. And it's not because you're using inexpensive things that you don't have to, that your food isn't going to look really terrific. Then I'm going to add a little bit of corn. And this is the vegetable in this particular dish. Keep on stirring it around, cooking the chicken. Doesn't it look pretty already? And then once I add that white sauce, then that is going to be sort of what we're going to put over our pasta. Now look, I have taken, there you go, maybe $1's worth of chicken, 45 cents worth of cream sauce, a few more pennies worth of corn, and I've created this gorgeous looking, very nutritious, healthy sauce that I'm going to ladle over some pasta. And what's sort of nice about this, you can see how this stretches just a little bit of food, as I said, whether it's the chicken or whether it's ham, as I'm going to do a little bit later on. And you just bring this to a simmer and you let it cook. And I want the chicken obviously to cook through. And I'm just going to bring this to a simmer. I'm going to talk to you about a second sauce that I'm going to do. Over here I have a white sauce that is going sort of pretty fast over here. And what am I going to add to that? Another similar but sort of different sauce. I'm going to add, actually I'm going to make this into a cheese sauce. First I'm going to stir in some cheddar cheese. And just the heat of the white sauce is going to melt the cheddar. And you could see already the beginnings of something that could be turned into macaroni and cheese, even though that's really not what I'm doing. The vegetable today will be peas. Just stir that in. Just get every last drop, so not to waste anything. And I'm going to sort of make it look, change the flavor a little bit, make it look great by adding a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of black olives. That always sort of picks up the color and makes things look very pretty. And these are sort of the ordinary jumbo olives, which don't cost a lot, and the kids often very like the flavor of these. And then ham. Now look, once again, I'm using 8 ounces of smoked ham, and it looks so pretty. And as I said before, I like to sort of choose ingredients when I'm making up these recipes that look pretty. The pink and the green over here and the black, and this is all simmering together, and this is already done. And then over here, let's see, my chicken, I think the chicken has cooked through, and this is done. And let me show you what we have over there. I'm going to bring them over to our pasta. I'm going to do this slowly, and I'm going to show you a couple of very, very pretty presentations. And the reason this meal actually is complete in terms of nutrition, because you might be concerned and say, well, okay, Michelle, the white sauce is great and it tastes very creamy and it looks terrific, but is my family getting enough to eat? Sure, they're getting enough to eat. Because a portion, for example, of protein, meat protein, or fish protein, a portion is 2 to 3 ounces. But 2 to 3 ounces in terms of, if you just put that on a plate without sort of surrounding it by other ingredients, looks awfully meager. But if you put it into this basic cream sauce and sort of stretch it with a vegetable, and how much is a portion of vegetable? Half a cup, which I have in here. I have 2 cups of the corn in one sauce, and I have 2 cups of the peas in the other sauce. So your meal is really complete. And of course, as you want to make it very, very ample, is I'm going to serve it over pasta. So let me show you 2 examples. Here I have one. I'm just going to do 1 portion, which is over here. And pasta, you know, is very, very plentiful. Of course, it makes you feel full. It makes you feel very satisfied, and it is also very, very healthy for you. The only thing is just take care in terms of how much, let's see, should I put sort of an orange sauce to match the orange plate here? Yeah, why don't we do that? That'd be sort of fun. And so you have this chicken cream sauce that is basically your meal. And look how pretty this looks. And what I like to do just in terms of keeping the pasta nice and warm is just to ladle the sauce on top, and then the diners can sort of mix it at their leisure as they wish. Also, that you don't end up sort of putting too much sauce on one person's plate, and you can just garnish it for the adults with a little bit of scallion. Now that is one, and you also can, because I don't have any cheese in this sauce, you can also just sprinkle a little bit of cheese on the top, or let each person do that for themselves. And why don't I show you another one, the one with the peas and the ham. Here's another portion of pasta. And you know what a sort of a funny trick is that they do sometimes in certain restaurants, which will make your plate look really very full, is actually choose a plate that is small and pile the pasta up and then top it with the sauce. And it will look even more plentiful, perhaps, than people. It's not really trickery, but it will make it really look much more plentiful. Now, let me get some of this on top here. Now, do you look see how pretty that is? That's just the pink ham, just ordinary peas, but that white sauce has just given it an unbelievable, luxurious feel to it. And it's plentiful, it's nutritious, it's gorgeous to look at, and very, very delicious to eat, of course. And there you have it. Just two examples of what you can do when you make that big double batch of white sauce. Just put it in the freezer, whip it out at the moment's notice, add some ingredients, and dinner is done. When we come back, I'll show you yet another way to utilize our basic white sauce. This time, we're going to stretch a little bit of fresh fish into a new, filling, and delicious dish.
Toilet training doesn't stop just because it's bedtime. Introducing new Pullups training pants, the best pants ever. When they go on, the confidence lasts all night. Look, only Pullups have leak guards. They handle wetness better than other pants so leaks don't turn into setbacks. Day or night, no other pants keep the confidence going like Pullups.
Mommy, wow! I'm a big kid now.
I think men and women should share household chores, don't you? I cook, and my husband, Bill, does the dishes. He's terrific at it. He always scrapes the plates, and he never, ever overloads.
No matter who does the dishes, Cascade does the dirty work. Dishes washed without sheeting action are left looking dirty, but Cascade with sheeting action gets them so clean they're virtually spotless.
Perfect! Just like you, my little...
Billy, what's wrong?
I can't get this math.
Never before in America and in no other country in the world has it been easier to get top grades in math. How? The answer is Math Made Easy videotapes. Basic math, high school math, or college math, all tested and proven instructional videotapes just for you. If you need top grades in math, Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are a must. Used by educators all over America. It's like having your own professional tutor at your side. Follow the thousands of students who have gained confidence and have prepared for A's in math. Select the tapes you need.
Call now for details and a free brochure. Dial 1-800-MATH-564. Parents or grandparents, now's the time to help a student in your family.
Mom, I got an A. That's great.
Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are guaranteed. Call now for more information. Dial 1-800-MATH-564. That's 1-800-MATH-564.
Welcome back to Feeding Your Family on $99 a Week. I'm Michele Urvater. You just had a glimpse of the fabulously simple and inexpensive cakes we're going to be making for Kids' Day tomorrow, and I hope you'll join me for it then. Okay, back to our white sauce. I have done a whole big batch of white sauce, also known as a cream sauce, put it in the freezer, and showed you how you could turn it into different types of pasta sauces, one with ham, one with chicken. And now I'm going to show you how one of the most useful purposes of this cream sauce is that you can actually get to buy a little bit of fresh fish. You know, unfortunately, among the most expensive proteins today is fresh fish. But I'm going to show you how with our white sauce you can take 8 ounces of salmon, turn it into a fabulous sauce, and serve it over rice. And you have a delicious and very elegant, very pretty meal that is nutritious and just tastes wonderful. Okay, the first thing to do in this case is actually take a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of tarragon and scallions, and cook it until it's dry like this. Then to this I'm going to add the white sauce. And the tarragon and scallion and vinegar sort of reduction, it just will give that white sauce just a little bit of tang without making it really too acidic. And just mix this together and just bring this to a simmer. And I'm going to add, for color and for a little bit of textural contrast, a little bit of cucumbers, which I've cut into some very nice dice. And then I'm going to add my fresh fish. Now remember, 8 ounce, fish is very expensive. You could use this with flounder, you could do it with any kind of fish that you got on sale. But what's very nice is every now and then you can actually afford an expensive fish like this, because you're only ending up using 8 ounces. And you really get to stretch it with our delicious white cream sauce, which you've made in advance. It would only cost you 22 cents a cup. Okay, I like then just to simmer it. This will take just a few moments really, because salmon and fish is cooked very quickly. I also like to finish it with just a touch of cayenne. Now you can omit this if you're going to serve this to kids, but this again, sort of fish and cayenne sort of pepper will really pick up the flavor very nicely. I like to finish it with just a little bit of butter. Again, when you're using this cream sauce, you even get to stretch an ingredient like butter. That goes very far as well. You only need a tablespoon. This will give a lovely mellow flavor to this dish. And then I like to sometimes put parsley in there or just garnish the dish. Now over here what I have is, believe it or not, I have one that is already done, and I want to show you how pretty it's going to look. Come with me over here, and over here I actually have this. It's just plain old rice, and you know that rice, of course, is very inexpensive, the way pasta is inexpensive, the way potatoes are expensive. This is sort of the mainstay of the diet of a person who's on a budget, but the ways that I'm showing you with that cream sauce are ways that you can actually make it taste wonderful, these inexpensive carbohydrates like rice, and actually look terrific as well. Here I have a sauce that is already done, and look how pretty this is. As I said, the rice is going to be the very filling part of the meal. You have enough fish in terms of protein that you need that would be considered a portion. And just put this over the top and bring it to the table and serve this with a vegetable. And here's a very elegant supper that's done. You could also, of course, garnish it just a little bit with perhaps just a tad of parsley that you just put around the edge. And there you have just another wonderful way that you have used that white sauce to stretch a very expensive ingredient, and you've made it affordable. I'm going to show you one last thing that you can do. You don't only have to use it as a as a sauce, the white sauce. You can actually use it as the basis of a soup. And over here I have, again, a couple of cups of white sauce. And this I'm going to stretch with, I'm going to make this into a fish soup, a very cheap, quick, pantry sort of cream fish soup by adding a little bit of canned tomatoes. I'm actually going to take this whisk out here. No, I'm not going to do this. And just mix this together. And then you just add, believe it or not, some very quick, inexpensive ingredients like a couple of cans of canned clams with their juices. That will give it a nice briny seafood flavor. And then I'm going to add for color and for texture a little bit of corn, a little bit of parsley, and then you can make it even a little bit and just whisk this together, and this is your soup. And you can make it thinner perhaps with some clam juice, and there you have it, a soup. And lots of dishes you can make with our white sauce. Now, before we go, let's take a look at all of today's meals. Our breakfast included homemade bran muffins, bananas, milk, and coffee. For lunch, we had meatloaf sandwiches, a green salad, apples, and milk for the kids. And our dinner included spaghettini with ham, peas, and cream sauce, broccoli salad, and honey yogurt with sliced pears for dessert. The total for today's menu is $15.48, which brings our running total for all the meals this week from Saturday through Tuesday to $57.02. If you would like a copy of this week's menu and selected recipes, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to $99 a week, Post Office Box 5458, New York, New York 10185. You can also write to me at this address if you have any recipe ideas that you'd like to share with me. Tomorrow is Kids Day, our day devoted to kid-friendly food. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Michele Urvater. Come back and see me again tomorrow when together we rediscover the simple pleasures of cooking for your family.
Hot stuff coming through. Next, food news and views, all the news that's fit to eat. New products, the latest cookbooks. Then getting healthy. Thinking about a diet? Call Dr. Lou Aroni, New York's leading weight authority. So come and get it only on the TV Food Network.